So I'm still looking at the horn on this bike at the moment. Now, a friend of mine who's a electrical guy with motorbikes and mopeds, who can also help people out, by the way, if they need any help with their bikes, just contact me through this channel. He said to check the wire using a different live, which, you know, makes sense. The live down here, the black one, puts like 0.2 volts or something silly through the bike when you press the horn. We saw that last time. So I'm attached to the live now, I'm on 20 volts, and I go to earth. Now there's my problem. I have a constant 12 volts, which is the battery strength, and I'm not pressing the button, as you can see. Now this can be for two reasons. This can be that the horn button on the inside is wrecked and it's touching constantly, or this isn't actually the wire that's coming from the horn, and it was connected to the horn wrongly. Someone's done a bad wiring job in the past, so I need to work that out. Hopefully Jake can help me a bit more. So that's what we're looking at, Jake. That's straight to the orange coloured wire, and then earth, and we get a full 12 volt without pressing the button. Pressing the button doesn't change the voltage at all. I've tried the same thing with the other wire, hooking up and earthing and pressing the button, and that is not doing anything, I believe. So any help on that would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise I need to find out what the main horn wire is from this harness up here where I cut last time, and probably wire in a new wire and a new earth system to get this working. I've got the Heinz manual in there, so that's straightforward enough to do. So I'm kind of getting sick of filming these things and being wrong, but I found the horn button up here closer to the actual horn itself, in case there's a split between here and further down. I've wired in, sorry about the picture, I've wired in this wire here. I'm now going to connect this wire to the, no, not to the original, to the black on here, to see if we then have our button back. So that's constant 12 volt, but the earth cuts it on and off and in and out, I believe. I'm not fully clued up on this, so let's see what happens there. There you go, there you go. Make sure it's not earthing off the battery. Go back to 20 volts because we're looking for 12 when the button is switched on. I'm going to make sure this wire is touching no metal in case that interferes. Switch on, no faults. If this is right, which I doubt it is, I'm no good with wiring, pressing the horn button should bring on 12 volts. Hey, result. So you can see both here, press the button, get 12 volts, release the button, back to normal. So there's your horn setup. So what I need to do now is run this wire properly, splice it in properly, run it down through the same system. If I can find black in there, that will be better, and we're back to normal. I believe that actual horn, it sounds a bit weird, I believe it's busted anyway. I'll order a new one, and we're all good and ready to go there. So kind of have to thank Jake for his advice there. He's the one who triggered checking the earth, and the book down here with the wiring diagram down here is the horn setup. Extremely helpful, checking what wires need to do what. So we're back on track with this bike. So at this stage I've crimped and taped on these two connectors. There's one on the other side as well, just down there. Ready to hook straight back to the horn, which is there. I'm going to find the bolt for it, bolt it back on, and see where we're at. Okay, so if all's good, horn's back down there, wired up. The moment of truth. Ignition switch on. Try it without, just in case. That would have been annoying. Ignition switch on. We should have some sort of horn. Perfect. That's all we wanted. We've got a horn. I've got the rear mudguard ready to go back on. I'm going to be taking these off, giving them some coats of gloss black. Anyone who comes to view a bike, they are going to be drawn to the negatives. So anything like this that can be cleaned up should be. The rear swing arm is stunning. No dents, no dirt, nothing. The chain is great. The rear sprocket's great. The rear tyres, you know, clean. But things like this, which are a simple fix, if you're any good at spraying, get a coat on or two, gloss. I'll go gloss black this time because the mudguard's satin black. And yeah, give people less reason to walk away by neatening things up. It makes the bike last longer as well, and that's what this is really about, keeping bikes on the road, making them last longer. So we've done quite a lot of spray painting stuff on my channel, so I'm not going to show you the exact, but it's the same system. Scotch pad it, scratch it up so it's not shiny anymore, clean it with the brake cleaner just before you spray, and then 3 light coats to make it sticky and so that it attaches, and then 2 or 3 wet coats so they're thick but not thick enough to run. I'll show you the once they're done.